Okay, so just going to demonstrate how to make up a stay wet palette. You can buy them. I think De La Rowney do them, but they're about, way back when, they used to be about 25 quid, so they were quite expensive about 30 years ago. But I was an art technician for a number of years for an upper school, and part of my job was to manage the materials budget. And anyone who's familiar with acrylic paint knows that as soon as it's out of the tube onto a surface, it's pretty much all the moisture is evaporating out of it, and it dries really, really quickly. Hence the wastage of an awful lot of paint. So I kind of came up with a bit of a solution to make my own, basically. And as a painter, I use it in my own practice. So this is my setup. What I've got here is a pair of scissors, some ordinary household baking paper, spray bottle of water, clean water, household kitchen towel, ordinary household kitchen towel. And this is actually a document box that I purchased off Amazon. As you can see, it's very well used. It's got a lid. It's quite important that it has a lid that fits over quite tightly. It doesn't have to be 100% airtight, although, the more airtight it is, the better. But I bought this one, and it's always worked fine for me. So I'll show you what I do. I'll just pop that off to the side there. What I start with is just a few sheets of the paper, the kitchen towel. So I line the bottom out with the kitchen towel. Tend to put a few sheets down. I'll do that first. And then what I do is I spray. First we'll get my spray bottle to work. I spray the kitchen towel, moisten it. Spray bottle with some plain board today, which is a bit annoying. Bear with me. That's better. So I want it not to be absolutely soaking wet, but you want it to be, nice and damp. That's going to soak through. And then what I do is I take my roll of baking paper. So I'm just going to estimate where that is. Just going to cut. What I do is I just lay that over the kitchen towel, the damp kitchen towel. And what that provides is a sort of like membrane then, so that when I put my paint down onto this, put my, all the essential colours that I'm going to use for the painting I'm starting, I can then just decant bits out onto a separate palette. So very often I will have tear off paper palette. So you can just, take what you need out and mix down on the paper palette. And it just makes life a hell of a lot easier, really. because it makes cleanup a lot easier. And then when I finish painting for the day, obviously I clean my brushes, but then I put my lid on my box, and I know that next time I come to paint, my paints are still going to be viable with enough moisture left in them. And then, of course, once you've finished your painting project, or you want to refresh your palette, you just take up all of that and put it in the bin. Yeah, so it's just a lot more cost effective to do it this way. And when you think about the cost of paints these days, yeah, so I thought I'd just run that by you and hope it was useful.